Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Uncle Frank, and I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Just to be clear, the market will close early Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, will be closed Thursday for the 4th of July holiday, and will be open on Friday. Let's start this off with the evening briefing from Bloomberg. For the first time in its history, the S&P 500 closed above 5,500 on Tuesday to extend a blistering 2024 rally that's left analysts scrambling to update their targets. It was the gauge's 32nd record this year. Tesla surged 10% to lead gains in mega caps, though market darling Nvidia failed to gain traction. The NASDAQ 100 hit the 20,000 mark, also notching a record high. More than $16 trillion has been added to the S&P 500's value from a closing low on October of 2022. Equities keep defying doomsayers amid solid corporate earnings, artificial intelligence mania, and expectations interest rates will drop, and lack of a meaningful pullback has given bulls faith that the rally is here to stay. Green across the board. S&P up 0.62%, Dow 0.41%, NASDAQ 0.84%, and even the Russell 0.19%. Crude oil solidly above 80 at 83.17, and gold above 2,300 at 2338.60. Now seems like a great time to do the year-to-dates. From ExactSum, S&P 500 up 16.2% for the year at 5509. The Dow up 4.3%, 39,331. NASDAQ leading the way up 22.1%, 18,028. And the Russell, small caps, 2033.87, up only 1%. Bitcoin, 61,944. That's up 41.7% year to date. Ethereum 46%. Gold 2338.60. That's up 12.9% so far. Oil stands at 83.17. That's up 16%. We could feel it at the pump. And the 10-year Treasury stands at 4.438. Now, rate futures markets are pricing in a 70% chance of a Fed rate cut in September. But how is Kenny doing year to date so far? Headline: hedge fund giants Citadel and Millennium post strong first half gains. The flagship Wellington fund of Ken Griffin's Citadel was up 8.1% at the end of June, while Izzy Englander's hedge fund Millennium was up 6.9%. According to people who have seen the numbers, that's what institutions and the wealthy pay you billions for, to perform half as good as the S&P 500 and less than half of the NASDAQ. So I guess you're saying they could have just bought indexes, paid no fees, and still did 100% better than with Kenny? All that cheating, and that's the best you could do? Kenny, do me a favor. Poop in your hand and slap yourself. So everything should be pretty quiet ahead of Friday's employment numbers. After all, it's a holiday week. The market closes early on Wednesday. Nothing's going on until Friday. Oh yeah? What about this from Monday, though? Hedge funds dumped tech stocks at fastest pace since 2016, bank shows. Global hedge funds in June sold U.S. shares of technology, media, and telecommunications companies at the fastest pace since 2016, mainly driven by semiconductor stocks, Goldman Sachs said in a note. The sales could indicate that portfolio managers have become more bearish on tech stocks after the sector's powerful rally in the first half of the year, although the note does not provide any reason behind the trend. Well, guys, if it's a handful of tech stocks that are holding up the market, should we be concerned? I am. If you really want to know what the hedgies are up to, listen closely, because this is one of their prime brokers talking. The bank, which compiles its clients' positioning for the data, said semiconductor and software were the top two most sold sectors in June, while hedge funds increased their allocation to tech hardware and electronic equipment. Tech stocks led the S&P 500 index's strong performance in the first half of the year, with artificial intelligence chipmaker NVIDIA up 150% and generating 30% of the index's 15% return. Overall, Goldman Sachs said hedge funds net sold global equities for a third straight month, almost entirely driven by short sellers who borrowed shares to sell on bets that the price will decline, enabling them to buy them back for less. Quote, this month's notional net selling was the largest since June of 2022, the bank said in the note. And some good news from AMB Crypto. Bitcoin soars, short squeeze liquidates bears as bulls eye further gains. Bitcoin witnessed a significant uptick in price, causing bears to get liquidated. Overall, long positions grew and interest in ETFs surged. Even though the bulls rejoiced, the bears got the worst end of the deal. A massive number of short positions were liquidated over the past 24 hours. This can result in a short squeeze. Music to my ears. AMC had a good day yesterday, got as high as 536 to finish the day at 521, up 17 cents or 3.37%. At the time of this recording, I've got Max Payne at $5 for that July 5th maturity. I also see only 65,000 shares available to lend and short with a cost to borrow fee of 1.78%. The current catalysts that I see on the horizon, well, it's a new quarter, so we've got second quarter results to worry about. We have 3 potential blockbusters coming out this month, one of them being Deadpool and Wolverine. There's always Ryan Cohen. If he makes a surprise announcement on what he plans to do with that $4 billion war chest, GME could rally and AMC could chase it. It's been 3 years, we're still waiting. Roaring Kitty could always post another tweet, but he's becoming less and less interesting already. We could get an announcement on the debt negotiations with our lenders, ideally something that pushes out maturities, possibly even a loan modification. And that's it for now. Will any of this result in a short squeeze? I don't know. I doubt it, but there's always hope. Uncle Frank is still hoping for a serious white or black swan event, one that crushes the liquidity chain of investments held by our heavily leveraged enemies. And I'll tell you why. Because hit pieces in the press, spoofing and layering, dark pool abuse, married put strategies, naked shorting, none of that shit works against a serious margin call, in my opinion. This is not investment advice. I am not an investment advisor. I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency. Out of the gate yesterday, ACHR Aviation took off with some nice fat 5-minute green candles, got almost to 380, which was over 10%, finished the day at 372, up 30 cents or 8.77%. At the time of this recording, I've got Max Payne at 350. I also see 55,000 shares available to lend and short, but with a cost to borrow fee of 30.91%. So what's all the excitement about? ACHR Aviation shares rise 9% after $55 million investment from Stellantis. And then Cathie Wood's ARK trades Tesla and Intellia stock, but buys ACHR Aviation. From the article, another significant investment was made in ACHR, with ARK acquiring 406,912 shares through its ARK ETF, totaling $1.39 million. This follows a pattern of increasing stakes in the urban air mobility company, suggesting a bullish outlook on the future of transport. I want my subscribers to be aware we are 78 days to the second day of the September Fed meeting. That's when everyone is convinced we're going to get a rate cut, right? We're also 125 days from the election date of November 5th. I feel these are the most important dates on the calendar so far, and we need to watch closely as we approach both of these milestones. Okay, so for today, Wednesday, July 3rd, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll see ADP employment. 8:30 a.m., initial jobless claims. 2 p.m., we'll get minutes of the Fed's June FOMC meeting. And today, Despicable Me 4 drops in theaters. Don't forget, we've got that shortened session today. Of course, tomorrow, we've got the 4th of July holiday. The markets will be closed. But July 5th, 8:30 a.m., U.S. employment report and rate. That is the biggest event of this week. Now, next week so far, Thursday CPI, Friday PPI. And this month's Fed meeting will happen at the end of the month, July 29th and 30th, Monday and Tuesday. That's what I've got for you so far. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.